Okay, so when you get into your class, you will come to what's called the course home. You can see it up here. You've got your announcements. There are no announcements at this time, but there may be, so just always make sure you check that. Here is your weekly calendar. You can click on through and you can see Wednesday, the due date for the pretest. Don't wait till then, but that's when it is due. And as time goes on, you'll see these other items that are due. So this tells you here what to work on next. Don't worry about the study plan objective. I really don't do those. I will talk about the study plan here shortly, but it's nothing you have to do. Here is your welcome to my math lab. Make sure you run your browser check just to make sure that everything's ready to go with your computer. And if you need to download anything, you can download it. The how to enter answers, this kind of takes you through. You can click on it and you've got the basics on how to enter answers. You've got on-screen keyboard, math symbols, graphs, etc. It's very good. So that way you're not entering things wrong and your answers may be right and then you get counted wrong for it. So just make sure you're entering things correctly. Again, the study plan, I'll talk about it here when I go down this way, but that's, something that's optional for you. Your overall score here, your grade will be your progress. And your grade is based on what you've done so far. So it's not given zeros for what you have failed to do yet. So it is kind of like as you do it, you get graded. But at the end of the semester, once I assign zeros to what you have not done, things can change. So, but that will be your progress as you take stuff. Down here, you'll see as I scroll up and down this, things get highlighted. You can click, nothing's going to mess with anything. Again, here's your announcements, but you're not going to hurt anything by clicking on items, okay? So, you can always go back to the main menu. You can click. Nothing is going to be hurt. The instructor information just gives you information about me. My email response time, phone, office phone, email. My preferred method of contact is email. I'll check that during the week, definitely within 24 hours. On the weekends, it may take me till Monday, but odds are you still may even hear from me on Saturday or Sunday. My office hours, this is when you can come by. If you are local, you can just drop in and see me if you got questions. So it's 9:30 to 12 Monday, Wednesday. You don't need to make an appointment, just drop in. So that's where I am, Leestown campus. There's my office number. Your syllabus, this kind of, again, gives my contact information, talks about the class, your calculator, the class structure, read through it, attendance, late work, makeup work, so on and so forth. So, just read it and understand everything, okay? I'm not going to go through and read it to you. You can read it yourself. So, but just make sure that you understand. So I would print it and then just kind of read over it a couple times. Video lectures. Now, what I have for video lectures, I know they're not titled, but they go with your sections. So, most of them are 15 to 20 minutes. Some of them go a little longer. But if you get stuck on anything, you can, just click on the video lecture and it'll give you a little bit of help. Okay, I've got them for just about every section. Your graded homework. Here we go. So you can see how the videos are numbered the same as the homework. They also have the due dates out here so you know when things are due. The pretest must be taken, again, by January 18th or you will be dropped from the course. Nothing else will open up until you do the pretest. So make sure you take that pretest. And as I said in my other video, try to do 2 assignments a week. As you can see, the first test is due on February 6th. So that's, 3.5 weeks. So if you do 2 things a week, that's 3 weeks. Okay, so it's really easy to pace yourself, but it's really hard if you wait till February 2nd to try to do all these assignments. So, I can only stress enough. to do your work. Now here is your review. It's treated the same as a homework. So like your homework, you can take these as many times as you'd like to improve your score. You cannot redo the whole assignment. You will go into your graded assignment, find the one you missed, and redo that one. So the same thing goes with your review. It is considered a homework. That's just how I've categorized it. So you cannot go through and take the whole test and then retake the whole test. You can go through and pick and choose things you need to work on, just like you would a homework assignment. So again, you can rework problems as many times as you'd like to get your homework score to 100%. But you can't just go through and retake the whole assignment again. It's just how it's set up. So do the same thing with the review. If there's a topic or two you keep missing, then just rework the problem again and again and again until you get it right. Your tests are in this next content folder. So here are your 4 exams and the final. And as you can see, you only get 1 attempt. You get 2 hours. The exams shut down at midnight on the night they're due. So remember, that's Eastern Standard Time if you are in Western Kentucky. So if you start the test and you want the full 2 hours, you must start it no later than 10 o'clock Eastern Time to get the full 2 hours, or it will shut down at midnight. Okay, I review all exams. I don't review homeworks. So if you mess up, rounding or something like that, you'll have to fix it yourself, redo a problem, and maybe that'll help you understand how to enter the answer. But on tests, I will review them and assign partial credit for certain types of mistakes. So you don't need to ask me. I review every exam. I look at the ones you missed to see what went wrong. Your due dates for work, again, it's on the homework itself, but if you want to print a copy, just click on it. It opens up in a new window. You can open it with Microsoft Word. And you can see your homeworks are due 2 days before the test. Okay, and again, I put this in many places. You must get a proctor for the final, and you must pass the final to be eligible to pass the course. No matter what your average is, you must get a 60 on that final or better. All right, the gradebook, there'll be nothing there right now because you haven't done anything, but this will kind of, again, show you where you are, what your average is. We've got 33 homework assignments. We've got 5 tests, so it'll give you your progress. Study plan is kind of what I talked about earlier. I really don't use the study plan, but you can certainly go through any section and just work more examples, but you've got the homework already, so you might as well just use that to redo as much as you want. But you can practice. Okay, you can, go through whatever you want to do, but then you got to go through the orientation before you do anything. But you can click all chapters, and it'll just give you the whole setup here. So you can pick and choose wherever you want to go. But again, your homework will allow you to do that already, so just do the homework if you want more practice. That's what I would do. All right, your next click is your ebook. Okay, so you've got all your chapters. For most of the chapters, there are other resources. You've got your chapter opener. There's some videos. You can go to whatever section you want, and you can see if there's extra videos outside of what I've done. You can go to the book itself, and you'll just have like your textbook. Okay, so those of y'all that have used this before, you're probably familiar with the e-text. It's not interactive, but it's just like your hard copy of your book. Okay, so there it is. You can go right through and read through the book. If you really are bored to death and you just got insomnia or something, you can read your math book. Okay, but and I'm going to show you something here shortly, so there are, videos associated with certain problems from the book. So just make sure, that it's stuff we're covering, because we don't cover every single topic in every single section. So don't watch a video that's kind of like we're not covering. But I'll show you what I'm talking about here shortly. So that's your ebook. And here's your extra practice. So, here's just extra practice. It's not graded. You can do those in the study plan if you choose. And also, you can look at the videos I just showed you, excuse me, to see, okay, this is what I'm responsible for. Let me watch a video and see if there's one for number 33. Okay. But again, these are not graded. It's just if you want to do more practice, you can go to the study plan, go to the section, click on number 33 and work it. Okay. You got tools for success. Okay, there's how do I enter answers? We've talked about that. If you have questions with my math lab, you can contact Pearson. There's Pearson tutoring services. They may charge you, but you know, that's your choice. The multimedia library, majority of the sections do have PowerPoints. They have their own video lectures outside of what I do. So if you want to see, let's say in chapter 1, section 1, let me see what they have. So I select all, click find now, and I see, okay, there's a little animation. There's a test prep video. Don't really know if you need that or not. There is a PowerPoint that probably takes you through a step by step by step. There are your video lecture. There's your textbook. And then here are again the videos for certain problems. Okay, so you can always go to your multimedia library to see what's available to you outside of what I've created in my video lectures. Okay, these are mine. Your tutor services, again, as we've talked about that, so you can click on that. Now, we also do have tutoring, and I will probably be either sending out a link for that when it's available to you, or you can go to our website, but we'll talk about that here shortly. Discussions, I've posted helpful hints. And you scroll down. So just if you get stuck on something, you can always go there. You can even, post something and maybe one of your classmates will respond, or you can respond and maybe I'll respond, or you can just send me an email. So these are helpful hints if you get stuck on something. Here's your course tools. You've got email. If you want to email me, you can always go here and send me an email. One thing talking about that, in your homework section, you'll see once you start taking your homework assignments, here's what it looks like. And oftentimes in your questions, now this one won't have it because I've created it, there will be what's called question help, where you can ask my instructor, and they're showing me an example how to do this. So look through that to see what your options are for your homework. Grading policy, this is how your grade is calculated. Proctored final exam info, this is what the proctored exam is all about. Again, I've talked about the Proctor U, what you can bring. If you are a BCTC student, you can click that link. It'll take you to our proctoring website. You can sign up for an appointment. If you're not a BCTC student or you don't live in Lexington, then you can click on the KCTCS link and hopefully find, let me close some of these windows out, hopefully find out your testing center. So for some reason this is not loading up right now, but it'll take you to a web page where you can go to your campus and link to your school. So for some reason this is not loading up right now, but who knows why. And then lastly, how to drop this class. Here's the due date to drop. If you're a BCTC student, you can follow this. If you're a non-BCTC student, you can find out how to drop your class at your location. Okay, so that's about it. It's up to you now. Just Don't put things off too long. Communicate if you have issues, and read through that syllabus. Okay. So good luck, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.